Hey everybody, I'm Matt with Halloween Daily News. Welcome to the Halloween show for this week. It's episode 41. It's Friday, July 23rd, 2021, and we are excitedly getting packed and ready to hit the road for Scares That Care next weekend. It's a great horror convention, and it's all for charity. It's a great cause. You can learn more about it right now on our website, HalloweenDailyNews.com. Also, it's a crazy busy time with Halloween reveals coming, whether it's haunt announcements at Halloween Horror Nights and other parks revealing their new mazes and haunted houses for their attractions this year. We've also got animatronic reveals like Spirit Halloween and Home Depot. You can see deep dives into those reveals on our breakdown videos elsewhere on this channel. And of course, Halloween movie franchise news, collectibles news, lots of stuff happening this week. Let's get right into our supersized roundup of this week's Halloween headlines. Neca brought their own Comic-Con style presentation to YouTube this week with a special video panel premiere on Monday, during which numerous collectible figures were revealed for the first time, including a brand new Halloween 2 2-pack with both Michael Myers and Dr. Loomis figures in Neca's 7-inch scale ultimate format, coming in 2021 just in time for this year's 40th anniversary of the 1981 sequel. As you can see here, these figures are both beautifully sculpted, highly detailed, tons of articulation, great for posing. That's one of the great things about NECA's Ultimate line. They also are going to come with loads of accessories, from the scalpel to both of Loomis's pistols. Loomis also has a removable trench coat. And of course, Michael has interchangeable heads, so you can have those blood tears from the finale of the movie if you want. And as you can see in the background there, it also includes the opening credits skull jack-o'-lantern. But probably the coolest and definitely most unexpected accessory included is the flames you see here. And Loomis, of course, includes his lighter, so you can actually recreate Michael's fire walk from the final moments of the film if you want. That walk, of course, performed in the film by legendary stuntman Dick Warlock. This new 40th anniversary Halloween 2 pack of Ultimate figures is set for release later this year. We will be updating when we find out the exact date. The collectible reveals just keep coming this week, with Mezco also presenting their own online Comic-Con style event following NECA's own Comic-Con panel on Monday. During MezcoCon 2021, a new Halloween 3 Season of the Witch box set of Living Dead dolls was the first release officially unveiled. This set will include 3 trick-or-treaters, each wearing one of the iconic silver shamrock masks from the 1982 sequel, Halloween 3. They will be presented in the Living Dead dolls format. A release date has not yet been announced, but we'll let you know when we find out more. In haunt news, Universal Studios theme park in Hollywood announced 2 new mazes this week. Both are returning properties from previous years. The first is based on the classic 1973 horror film, The Exorcist. According to the official announcement, the scariest movie of all time has possessed Halloween Horror Nights again, but this time the demon knows you're coming. Enter the most haunting scenes from the film as the once innocent 12-year-old Reagan begins to act stranger and stranger, speaking in tongues, even turning violent. Her desperate mother consults doctors to diagnose the problem, but this is beyond their help, beyond their world. Watch in horror as Reagan is transformed into a monstrous creature by Pazuzu, the demon possessing her. Try to survive a battle between good and evil as a little girl's soul hangs in the balance. The second maze announced this week for the Hollywood park is also a returning favorite. It's an original maze called The Curse of Pandora's Box. According to the official announcement, an ancient horror has returned to prey on those foolish enough to tempt the fates. Enter Pandora's curiosity shop, home to her infamous box. Once it's been opened, all manner of evil will be unleashed. From her shop, you'll pass through the gates of Hades, guarded by a hellhound. Then you'll face hordes of netherworld monsters from snake-haired Medusa to Arachne's spidery snare. Greek mythology is about to become your monstrous reality. Halloween Horror Nights runs on select nights September 9th through October 31st at Universal Studios Theme Park in Hollywood, and on select nights September 3rd through October 31st at Universal Studios Orlando Resort. Tickets are on sale now at HalloweenHorrorNights.com. Batman The Long Halloween Part 2 arrives on digital this month and on Blu-ray in August, continuing the story of the iconic mid-1990s comic book. Batman is still on the hunt, trying to discover the identity of the mysterious holiday killer. The sequel will bring new faces to Gotham City, including Mafia heiress Sophia Falcone. In the first official clip released via IGN, Sophia arrives in Gotham City fittingly on Father's Day to meet with her dad, Mafia crime boss Carmine Falcone, and he reveals to her surprise that he has recently resorted to recruiting a new breed of criminal to help with his plan. Much of the story of The Long Halloween is about how Gotham City transforms from a city of crime to a city of iconic supervillains. Sophia is voiced by Layla Berzins, and Carmine Falcone is voiced by Titus Welliver. The Long Halloween Part 1 is out now on Blu-ray and digital, and Batman The Long Halloween Part 2 will be available on digital starting on July 27th and on Blu-ray on August 10th from Warner Brothers Animation, DC, and Warner Brothers Home Entertainment. And of course, you can read more about all of those stories right now at HalloweenDailyNews.com and lots more. It's been a very busy week. And of course, the big story this week is all of the Halloween Kills news and new images coming out of the new issue of Total Film magazine. It just hit newsstands today. It's packed with Halloween Kills updates, some Halloween Ends comments as well, and a whole John Carpenter celebration. Here's more on why I can't wait to get my hands on a copy. Total Film unveiled these two brand new covers. The one on the left is the subscriber cover, and the other is the newsstand cover. In a post on Twitter on Monday, Total Film said, "We've got the full story on the Ultimate Slasher sequel in our Halloween Kills issue, plus a huge celebration of the career of John Carpenter on the way to subscribers' mailboxes now and available on newsstands this Friday." The subscribers cover definitely gives us our best look yet at the Michael Myers mask, as it will appear in Halloween Kills. And I love just the simple and stark magazine logo in red in the background. The mask looks absolutely amazing in this image. The newsstand cover includes a quote from Jamie Lee Curtis and promotes that John Carpenter celebration across the top, as you see there. It's pretty much the same look at the mask, but I do appreciate that the coloring here, that orange hue, definitely matches the poster that was released last month. And of course, the big difference in this cover, aside from the additional text and the color tone, is that he's holding his butcher knife. And there you can clearly see Laurie Strode reflected in the blade. The following day, Total Film then released 3 new images, each of which were glimpsed briefly in the official trailer, starting with this already iconic shot of Michael Myers basically impaling a Haddonfield firefighter. We talked on our trailer breakdown live stream about how this image is already just classic Myers. You've got the flames of hell burning in the background, and a symbol of pure evil destroying a symbol of pure good. In this second image, of course, we have the 3 Strode women, played by Judy Greer there on the left as Karen, still wearing her Christmas sweater. Of course, Jamie Lee Curtis back in her iconic role as Laurie Strode once again, and Andy Matichak once again playing Allison. And there you can see she is still holding on to that bloody knife. This appears to be literally the second after Halloween 2018 ended. And here a great shot of Cameron Elam, Lonnie's son, played once again by Dylan Arnold, coming face to face with Michael Myers. I absolutely love the look of total terror in Cameron's eyes right here. Not sure if this may be taking place at the Myers house. We know from the trailer that Michael is killing his way back to his childhood home. I know a lot of us think Lonnie got off easy in 78 and Cameron definitely did in 2018. Doesn't appear that that's going to be the case this time around. Total Film also premiered a few new quotes from Jamie Lee Curtis, David Gordon Green, and Danny McBride from interviews that will be featured in the issue. Jamie Lee Curtis is quoted simply saying, "It's intense and brutal, just brutal," end quote. So, again, reiterating what pretty much everybody involved has been telling us for almost the last 2 years since filming Wrapped, and certainly what the trailer seems to suggest. It's going to be one of the most brutal Halloween movies of all time. Halloween Kills and Halloween 2018 co-writer Danny McBride is also interviewed in the issue. He says, quote, "There's an incredible amount of killing in this movie. It's so bloody. It's wild. David just went for it. This is such a vicious sequel. It's relentless. The sequel is almost always where it shits the bed, where the monster is over-explained, or something happens that makes it into a joke. We really wanted to find a way to sidestep that." End quote. Director and co-writer David Gordon Green is, of course, also interviewed on audiences finally being able to watch the film as originally intended in theaters, albeit 1 year after it was originally scheduled. Green tells Total Film, quote, "That's why you make horror movies. You make them for the crowds. You make it for those reactions. You make it for that community, which is just so loving. It's exhilarating as a filmmaker to be a part of that connection." End quote. On the residents of Haddonfield coming together to attempt at least to battle Michael Myers, Green later tells the magazine, quote, "It's the larger, pervasive spread of fear and how that affects a community." End quote. In addition to all of their amazing coverage of Halloween Kills, the new issue of Total Film magazine also has some very interesting quotes about next year's sequel, Halloween Ends, from franchise producer Malika Todd, director David Gordon Green, and even Jamie Lee Curtis herself. Now, on our website, I did label all of these following quotes as possible spoilers, so if you want to go into Halloween Ends completely blind, you should probably turn off this video now. Speaking about the upcoming third film in Green's trilogy of sequels, Halloween Ends, producer Malika Todd tells Total Film, quote, "The last one is going to be way more contained," end quote. Green himself later adds, quote, "I get engaged by doing something different. If I was just going to be repetitive, I would hand the reins off to someone else. When you have the opportunity within an established franchise, it's really fun to think about how you can show different tones and perspectives and evolve," end quote. And commenting on if she thinks she will ever play Laurie Strode again after Halloween Ends, Jamie Lee Curtis tells Total Film, quote, "I would say, given what I know about the next movie, I think it will be the last time that I will play her." She then later clarifies, quote, "And I'm not saying something like, oh, because I die. It's nothing to do with that. I'm talking about emotionally what they have constructed. I think it will be a spectacular way to end this trilogy," end quote. And of course, that doesn't even technically mean that Laurie Strode survives the events of Halloween Kills, because there could be flashbacks or other devices in which to still feature the character played by Jamie Lee Curtis. The new issue of Total Film magazine does hit newsstands on Friday, July 23rd. And of course, you can read more about all things Halloween Kills and Ends and Michael Myers in general anytime at HalloweenDailyNews.com. Be sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and I'd love to hear some feedback. Leave us a comment down below on any of the stories that we've covered here today. It's an exciting time. Like I said, we're going to be hitting the road next week, hopefully doing some Hallow hunting and some store walkthroughs for you guys. We're also very excited to be attending Scares That Care Charity Weekend. It's an awesome horror convention, and the proceeds actually benefit a really great cause. Every year, they pick 3 beneficiaries who receive checks from the convention, and it's always benefiting burn victims and people fighting childhood illness and breast cancer. So, some really great causes to get behind, and it's a great time. They've got an awesome celebrity lineup this year: PJ Souls, Sam Todd from Trick or Treat, Billy Zane, Michael Pere, Vanessa Angel, Tuesday Night, Lisa Wilcox. So many other icons are there. It's going to be amazing. We can't wait to be out and among some of our people again. So we hope to see some of you guys out there. You can learn more about that on our website as well, HalloweenDailyNews.com, and look for some live reports and full coverage from that entire event right here on our channel, and lots more coming up soon too. Until then, I'm Matt Arts for Halloween Daily News. Thank you for watching.